As the night begins to close in and mysteries start to unfold, welcome to this chilling tale. If you're ready to dive into the unknown, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Your comments will guide us into new adventures. What dark secrets are you eager to discover? Let's explore more haunting narratives together and stay tuned for the many secrets the night holds. Are you not getting in, lovely young man? Asked the old lady with gray hair as she passed by my seat in the airport's waiting room. After you, ma'am, I replied with a smile. She walked past me to the gate, accompanied by her daughter, who seemed to look like she was slightly older than me. The old lady was quite chatty. She had talked a lot when I happened to sit next to her table at the restaurant. Her daughter, on the other hand, didn't talk as much. I turned my head and saw a family of 5, a mother, a father, twin daughters, and a son. I had bumped into them earlier when I dropped off my baggage at check-in. They stood right behind me, and the kids were being kids loud and noisy, so the parents apologized. I didn't talk much with them, but I could tell they were nice people. I stood up from my seat and walked toward the gate to board the plane. I was on my way back home after a business trip. Oh, there you are. What a coincidence. The lovely old lady greeted me as I took my seat across the aisle from hers. We had a small chat before I settled in, waiting for the plane to take off. The takeoff was smooth, and so was the first hour of our 3-hour journey through the clouds. Then, the pilot's voice came over the speakers, informing us that we were heading into heavy rain and would be experiencing turbulence. Maybe I fell asleep because when I checked my watch again, another half hour had passed. I looked around and noticed the old lady's daughter sitting by herself. No one was in the seat beside her, where her mother should have been. She seemed too old to go to the restroom alone, so I couldn't help but ask. "Where's your mother?" I asked her. Her expression changed drastically. She looked confused. "My mother died a few years ago," she replied. I froze. "What? But I met you and your mother back at the airport," I said. "We talked, remember?" I saw her board the plane. "Yeah, sir. I remember talking to you at the airport," she responded, still looking confused. But I was alone. I didn't want to insist and start an argument, so I let it go. On my way to the restroom later on, I passed by the family of 5 I had met at check-in. I saw the mother, the father, and the young boy, but their twin daughters were nowhere in sight. "Hello?" I greeted them. "Hi, you were sitting at the front?" the father asked. "Yeah," I replied warmly. "Where are your twin daughters?" I asked. Their brows furrowed. They looked confused. "We don't have twin daughters," the mother said. "Just the boy?" I asked, pointing at the young boy. "Yeah, just the boy." Now it was getting creepy. 2 different groups of passengers had boarded the plane with family members. And then those family members vanished midair. We were 35,000 feet above sea level. What made it even more unsettling was that they claimed they had boarded the plane without those missing family members in the first place. On my way back from the restroom, I noticed something strange. From the back of the plane, I could see the entire cabin. I remembered the flight being almost full when we took off, but now it was nearly half empty. Where had the other passengers gone? There was no way all of them were in the restrooms. I tried to ignore it, but I couldn't. So, I walked toward one of the flight attendants behind me. "Excuse me," I said. "Yes, sir. How can I help you?" she replied politely. I told her about the missing passengers and asked if she had noticed it too. To my surprise, she looked shocked, as if she had just seen a ghost. "You noticed?" she asked, her eyes widening. "Should I not?" I replied sarcastically. "Yeah, you shouldn't," she answered, sending a chill down my spine. "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" She glanced at her colleague, who looked just as shocked. Her colleague gave her a subtle look, as if signaling her to explain something. The flight attendant took a deep breath. "Okay, sir," she said. "Your memory will get reset at the airport after landing anyway, so I'll just tell you this. My memory will what?" "Right now, about a quarter of the world's population," she continued, "are humanoid robots. Androids. They're not just working for humans, but also living alongside them. This was done so that both entities could blend naturally, avoiding unnecessary friction. All androids have memories designed to make them believe they are human," she went on. "Some are set to think they've lived as a family of 5, others as a young woman living with her elderly parents. They believe they have years or decades of memories, when in reality, they may have just come out of the manufacturing factory before boarding this flight." She paused, taking another breath before continuing. "There was turbulence about half an hour ago. It was bad, so bad it caused glitches and errors in some of the android passengers. Long story short, they malfunctioned. Or died, as you might say. When that happens, we activate a signal that shuts down all the androids, leaving only the humans awake. We, the flight crew, then move the faulty androids to the cargo hold below." "But the others don't remember their missing family members?" I asked. "All androids worldwide are programmed so that when one dies, its existence is automatically erased from the memories of any other android who knew them. We don't hold funerals or mourn androids?" I was speechless. But I should have known this, right?" I stammered. "Like I said, sir, you shouldn't." "Why, shouldn't I?" The flight attendant looked at me closely. "Sir," she said, "would you rather we turn you off and reset your memory here? Or later at the airport?"